Now, we all know that President Trump is not a smart man. He's not a very stable genius. And just more proof of that came in a tweet in which he basically blurted out possible national security secrets. Now, in a tweet, the president decided that he was going to mock Russia after 7 people were killed during a nuclear cruise missile test. So now that's already a tragedy. Again, people were killed. These are real people who really lost their lives in what was a nuclear accident, right? So now the president is like, oh, I mean, Russia with their missiles. I mean, come on. He said, quote, the United States is learning much from the failed missile explosion in Russia. We have similar, though more advanced technology. The Russian Skyfall explosion has people worried about the air around the facility and far beyond. Not good. Right. Not good. Moron. Idiot. Dumb. Look, again, you're kind of making light of this, right? By saying, oh, the failed missile explosion. We're learning so much. You don't say, oh, hey, look, sorry that you lost people. Or maybe just not tweet. Just don't. Just don't tweet at all. But the, of course, dangerous thing came when he said, oh, we have similar, though more advanced technology. Really? Well, that's newsworthy. You think that people, maybe like Russia, would love to know if the Americans have this kind of technology that the Russians are obviously testing, right? It's not smart to announce that thing to other countries, especially on Twitter. What is wrong with you? And the reason, of course, is that you don't, obviously you don't want to tweet this stuff out because you will cause a nuclear arms race. That is literally the last thing that we need. You do not tweet out national security secrets, especially, of course, in order to stroke your own ego. Again, well, we have better technology. It's better. Oh, do we? Do we? I mean, for God's sakes, who would want to tell this moron anything? This is not how presidents act, right? And it is no wonder why people do not tell him anything. Why there are numerous reports of people doing end runs around him to avoid telling him things because he's an idiot. This guy's supposed to be our leader, but he can't help himself. Of course, it's always about his ego. Always. Disaster, right? But now, as usual, of course, the internet weighs in with a mix of derision, of course, and wait, do we actually have a secret nuclear program to create nuclear-powered cruise missiles with little mini reactors on board? Well, let's get to those tweets, right? Chris O'Leary says, assuming he's not lying, Trump would seem to be casually tweeting out national secrets. Well, I mean, that is the question, right? Is he lying? Again, he lies constantly. I think he's now been documented in over 12,000 lies since taking over as president. We don't know. And that's the thing about Trump. Is he lying? Well, he's a pathological liar. Then again, he's got an ego and he's a really stupid person and he probably isn't mentally all there anymore. He's mentally deteriorating as we speak. Right. And so I don't know. And this is what's scary about this, right? There's more. Aaron Fritzner said, tweeting about the status of secret nuclear weapons research, as one does. Right. As the idiot baby is wont to do. Now, here's a professor of international relations and national security at the U.S. Naval War College. He says this, quote, it is a bad idea for the president to tell the world the U.S. has secret nuclear-powered superweapons and that we've been lying about that for years, especially if we don't have them, which we almost certainly do not. I love that last part because it's like, wait, we certainly don't have that. I mean, if we did, but we don't. Well, let's hope not. Again, we don't know because the president's a pathological idiot liar. Now, Joe Cirincione says, This is bizarre. We do not have nuclear-powered cruise missile program, as far as we know. We tried to build one in the 1960s, but it was too crazy, too unworkable, too cruel, even for those nuclear nuts Cold War years. Bill Elliott said, did the president just confirm the existence of a missile system with many nuclear reactors on board, eliminating distance limitations, which would be a huge technological feat? And he added, that can fly low and weave around anti-missile shields? It'd be interesting to know. Dan McFadden said if news reports on nature of Russian tests are correct, then the president has just asserted that the U.S. has nuclear-propelled cruise missiles, which, by the way, I don't know for certain, but you would think that this technology would be banned by certain nuclear treaties. But then again, Donald Trump and Russia no longer have a nuclear treaty. So there's that. Now, McFadden finally says, that would be newsworthy. Yeah, it would be. It would be very newsworthy. That's why this is a problem. Now, there's a Reuters DC national security correspondent that also said, so is the president of the United States lying, bluffing about our capabilities? We don't have missiles with tiny nuclear reactors, or just revealing our secret weapons to the world. Which is worse? Well, again, that's also the question, right? Now, I would go with actually having these weapons because of the destructive capability, of course. For Trump lying, well, that's just a Tuesday. That's just another Tuesday, right? But again, what would be more dangerous is obviously having the Trump administration having very high-powered nuclear cruise missiles. And that is something that we should all be afraid of. Yikes. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.